Alright, so this is just going to be a quick little rundown of how I hook up some of these baits. It's basically, a lot of these baits are just hooked up Texas style. You just take your hook, you run it through the top. I'll show you here in a minute, but you take your hook and run it through the top, just the point of the lure. You twist it around, run it back out, down the body, and it just sets on there. My fingers out the way. Sets on. There's a little groove too on the top of this frog that hook sets right in there, and you just press the tip of that hook right on inside some of that plastic, and it's totally weedless. You can run your finger down it, and there ain't nothing there. So, but yeah, most of these, it's just different. Like this one, I use just a regular wide gap hook. Something like this over here. You can run the same thing, or you can run a little lead head on it, a little jig head. I hook it the same way. And these feet right here, they come apart. I keep them on there. Let whoever buys them split them. It's like this one right here. I split this guy. It's the same one, but the tail's just split. Like a little crawdad. So, but and then on some of these brush hogs, these bigger ones, I like using the weighted hooks. But the only thing with that is if they don't have like a screw, there's a screw, little corkscrew looking thing on the tip of these, and you can screw them in the top instead of having to poke a hole in there. And then you just go ahead and run it around weedless, like right there. But if you go ahead and stick these in from the point, you're gonna make a big hole up here from this weight right here. So that's why I like the other ones better. You just screw them on, you ain't got to run nothing through. But there's that one. Give it a little more weight on it. This is just a regular little Cinco worm. You can hook that up the same way as this, weighted or not. I kind of like hooking these up sometimes. Wacky rigging it. That's what they call it. It falls to the bottom, and it wiggles on the bottom. Fish love that. With these, I'm trying to work on getting these two tips right here to float. Having the rest of this worm just all sink, but just the tips, so when it sits on the bottom, you have the tips kind of just floating around. Yeah, so that one. This one over here, just basic same thing. Another weighted hook. I put a skirt on top, normal little oh man, like a buzzbait skirt, or a spinner skirt, spinnerbait. It has another one of the, it's a different jig on the bottom. It's the bigger one, but that's basically a jig, for bass. You go and pick it up. That's just, with the hook and a skirt on it. So those, a lot of these things though, all these baits, you can just use them as, they call them trailers, I'm sure you've heard, whether it be buzz baits, spinner baits, jig, anything, you just put it on the end of your hook, and it just gives it that little more, like for my buzz bait, instead of just having the white skirt and the hook, you got a little bit more, a bigger profile on your bait, so to say. So yeah, there's that. But the jigs that I was talking about, that's basically, these are the jigs that I make. They have wire, they're crimped on with wire crimps. It's got beads on it. The length in this right here, this is your little weight with a couple little beads. I make them bigger, smaller in size. You got your skirt here, and the same difference, Texas style rig, just like this other one right here, but it's just got the wire and the extra weight and beads and stuff. That's basically, I put the beads on there, give it a little more rattle when it's on the bottom. But yeah, so these are they're good. What I'm gonna try and do is get one of those molds that I was showing you in the other video to actually make these skirts, to inject them and pour skirts. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is on the skirt that I'm looking at, they got these little tiny balls that are on the ends. Just imagine like a little baby ball. And I'm gonna try and get that whole skirt to float, so when this whole thing is sitting on the bottom, you got all your skirt and all your hair is just sitting up there doing its thing. So, but yeah, so I'll you guys give me a call, or I'll call you guys up, talk to you guys about anything else. I know there's still a lot more stuff to talk about and everything. That's normally with my molds. I can get at one time, I'll get 2 off of one, so 2, 4, 6, and that's kind of how I go with the packaging. Some of the other ones I have to pour a couple times to get up to 4 or 6 of them, but yeah, so we'll figure out something. I just had to show you these little guys real quick. They're cool. It's a little frog my buddies make. It's all it's soft plastic frog, but I tried pouring them before, but they're a pain in the butt because their little legs are so fragile and they just break off, and the molds are hard. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys later. All right now.